There's an old saying, the motorcycle guys that used to try and outrun those, you can't outrun Motorola. Of course, Motorola standing for the radio companies that makes these radios that contacts with everybody else, and you're not going to be able to do it. So his best bet right now, before agitation gets worse, is to just pull over and put an end to this right now before anybody really gets hurt.
Yeah, making now another left turn. Again, he's going through a number of different residential areas in the northern part of Arlington. So I think we are still to the north of Interstate 30 now. This chase has been going on since 1:45, at least that we've been watching it, so probably a little earlier than that. For those of you just joining us, this all started with apparently just a typical stop. But now we have heard from our traffic stop. We've heard from our Lauren Zakalik that this person may have had a much more extensive past involvement with police, with law enforcement, and with the justice system. There is some allegation that this person may have been involved in drugs as a drug dealer, and that may be some of the reasons, some of the motivation for their Gary hoping to go ahead and get away from police, but they're just not going to let that happen.
Yeah, and again, if it's if the strike three policy is still in effect, the third strike, and you go away for a very long time, he's not going to want to do that, and he's going to do what he can. He's got nothing to lose if that's his mentality, just to get out and get away and thinking he can get away. But it's not going to happen, I hope.
Okay. This is southbound Collins now, headed toward I-30 right now. The hope I suspect that this individual has is that they'll find some way to get back on the freeway. Now, I have to tell you, having lived in this area, it is not a direct... he may make a right turn coming up here, but there's no direct exit from Collins onto 30. You have to know the general area to have some understanding of where you need to go to get onto 30. So let's just see how familiar he is with Arlington as he continues on. That's a car dealership right there. This is probably Lamar coming up. There's a Whole Foods up on the north top of your screen right there. If I remember right, there's a Wells Fargo Bank on his right side. He'll continue through the intersection. As he continues to go south, if he knew what he was doing, he would know that he has to turn either where he just was or the place he's about to be. There's a Guitar Center on the right-hand side. If he knew where he was going, he would know that at this point he has to make a right-hand turn if his intention is to get to I-30. So he's made that right-hand turn, perhaps seen a sign. Gary, and now, again, even this road will not take you directly to Interstate 30. What it's going to do is take him, I think, along Lamar onto Cooper Street. So right now he's westbound, Gary, if I'm correct, westbound toward Cooper. On the right-hand side should be some kind of a golf course. Uh-oh. Well, now he's moved off of the main road, so this should be interesting to see. Gary, you can see where he's headed. I don't know what is through there. Looks like he's trying to get...
This is an empty parking lot, a construction strip zone. Officers are moving in really soon. They really wanted to catch him inside there, but now he's making his way back to the road, and he actually will probably get out of this parking area and back onto the road again, which is really disappointing because traffic is picking up, the speed is picking up. And
he's southbound now on that would be southbound on Collins. Gary, if I'm correct, what you'll see up ahead of him on the left-hand side, a few blocks down, should be the stadium, and on the right-hand side, of course, all kinds of traffic. But again, this is the busiest area in terms of retail for Arlington, I think, in North Arlington, right, Gary?
Yeah, it's very crowded here. Okay, you'll see them cutting up across the sidewalk over a restaurant. I'm speaking just a little bit ahead here, but it is a very busy section of town. A lot of traffic, not a lot of pedestrian traffic, thankfully. But you'll see him cutting across here. Look at that, cutting across onto the streets. Again, trying to shorten his route and trying to lose these guys, but back out in this area where there's a lot of shopping malls and parking areas.
Yeah, he's going to wrap back around slightly to the left. He's going to come up to a traffic light in just a second. My fear is that on his left-hand side, maybe a half mile down, there is a rather large school that we have to make sure that he's not aware of. But there he goes, trying to get around the traffic. There's the traffic light. To the left would be all kinds of... Now he's really headed back to the north, and what he doesn't know is he's going to swing back around to Collins Street, if I remember correctly. This road wraps one way, I think, then another. Gary, you tell me what you're seeing.
What I'm seeing him now is going the wrong way down a street. This is just increased dramatically in danger. One way down what appears to be, this is the ramp to get off on one of these streets here. It's one way, and he's going the wrong way. And here comes a...
Go ahead, Gary. I think this is very dangerous. He's on the ramp to go the wrong way to the service road, getting off of 20. He may realize that, but he's going to have to turn around now. Well, there he goes. So he's getting on now, Gary. He's going to be going eastbound on 30. Is that correct?
Yes, eastbound on 30. He almost got hit by that red car, but now he's back on I-30 eastbound, picking up the speed yet again and trying to get back on the highway, and he probably will be successful to that here just in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, he has found his way now back onto the freeway. In just a second, he'll be going past there. What you'll see and coming up in just a couple of minutes, Six Flags will be on your right-hand side, 360. And then, of course, headed after that, of course, into 161, and then, of course, into Grand Prairie. But looks like he has managed to find his way back onto the freeway. Police officers, of course, trying to catch up with him right now.
Yeah, he's actually lost quite a few of them. He's still got one or two behind him, but he lost a whole bunch of them. And but they're still got him in view, and obviously the helicopter does. And they're right next to him on the road. They're just waiting for that road to merge and allow them to get right back on. But now they have the chore of breaking up this traffic again and keeping people away from this event. And it's almost like they have to start all over again. And that, again, more strain on Fort Worth's resources. This is a very difficult situation for them.
Yeah, he's about to pass two major roads. 360 will be coming up in just a second. So 360 and I-30. He's on I-30 eastbound, headed toward Dallas. So that, where he is right there, that, I cannot remember the name of that road. But it's also a main exit. But Ballpark Way also coming up relatively quickly. But after that will be 360, and then shortly after that will be, I think, 161. We're heading north on 161. But right now, again, on I-30, looks like he's headed to the east, headed toward the Grand Prairie right now. Police officers again behind him in this pursuit that's been going on now since about 1:45 that we have been following all of this. So the best part of the afternoon they've been following him. We initially heard that this was a simple traffic stop, but now we've learned, based upon sources that Lauren Zakalik has, that this individual may have some extensive involvement with the justice system in terms of having gone to prison for drugs. May also be a suspect in terms of being a drug dealer right now. And is trying to elude police because of the situation that he's experienced in the past. Tanya Iser joins us now. She's got some more information. Tanya, again, has extensive background with regard to dealing with law enforcement. I understand that he's going to wreck out. Watch this picture as we come up. That's a police unit you see there. Let's see what happens as he pushes to the right.
Oh, there we go.
There's the bumper.
Yep, they're getting him stopped. That was a SWAT vehicle. Yeah, you see Fort Worth SWAT on the side of it.
Using the SWAT vehicle. Looks like a person trying to get out of the back right there.
Apparently.
Police officers coming out, both sides of them.
Oh, sorry.
Police officers coming out both sides of him right now. Some smoke coming from the white car of the suspect. Officers trying to come into the inside. Again, this chase has come to a close, asking him to get out, and it looks like he either cannot or will not. You see them poking at the window. They'll be coming around to the other side and momentarily. This is a SWAT unit that's come around that's brought this to a close. Police officers, again, there he is trying crawling out the window right now. Police officers come around, grab him, pull him out of the vehicle, bringing him to the ground now. Officers look like they're securing the situation. They don't seem to be concerned about anyone else being inside. They brought the suspect out of the vehicle. It has wrecked. So it looks like the officers are okay. The suspect now in custody. Police officers securing the scene. Tanya Iser joins me. Tanya, did you get a chance to see all that? Having some difficult...
Oh, I'm watching it right now. Obviously, they used one of their SWAT vehicles to bring this thing to an end. Talking to law enforcement folks, what they're saying... Obviously, this became a life safety issue to allow this to continue, and that's why they got the SWAT vehicle involved and ended this thing in the way they did. We'll have more on the 4 about this, obviously.
Tanya, I cannot hear
we'll be
you,
taking
Tanya,
a break now, and
like
obviously we'll have more on the 4 o'clock show.
Into custody. Let's take a short break. News 8 at 4 starts in just a moment.